The story begins with an ugly-looking boy named Takuma Sakamoto, a hardcore gamer, who calls himself a self-proclaimed demon lord, but only inside a game called Cross Reverie. But in real life, Takuma is lonely and loser, much like you kid. One night, while terrorizing a couple in the game by misusing his demon lord powers, Takuma is mistakenly summoned into the gaming world by two beautiful girls who seek to fulfill their wishes. In this new world, Takuma finds himself tangled with the two beauties, who are trying to kiss him. Both beauties intended to summon a familiar, but instead they summon Takuma in his demon lord avatar named Diablo. Whereas, Takuma ends up making those two beauties his slave. Now, Takuma decided to rule the world and started his new journey with the two beauties. But before that, like in every other YouTuber, I ask you that if you like this kind of content and wish to see more, then leave a like, press that juicy red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit on that shy notification bell icon. So with that, let's start recapping. Ugly-looking boy named Takuma, who is legendary gamer, and he was playing hard to level up his gears and skills. Also, Takuma sweating hard to kill a couple who are showing their disgusting love in the game. Never mind, he feels jealous because he is single like you. One day, the screen flashed by white light and Takuma gets summoned into the game. When he opened his eyes, he found himself as Demon Lord Diablo, who is surrounded by his two beautiful girls. One of them is elf named Shira, with two big cherries, and another one is demi-human named Rem, with two cute furry ears. They wanted to summon a familiar to fulfill their desires, but instead they summoned Demon Lord Diablo. Both girls are arguing with each other about who will kiss Diablo first to become his master. Diablo wanted to stop them from arguing, but in his whole life he hasn't talked with any girl before because of his ugly face. Yeah, he is like you. But after getting annoyed by them, Diablo uses his Demon Lord power to stop and force them to give him attention. Then, he forces them to join his party. But in the beginning they both refuse to join, but later, they agree because Diablo uses his great Demon Lord powers to force them. Suddenly, slave collar appeared on their neck, and both become slave of Diablo. Although, collar should appear on Diablo's neck. But Diablo realized that he is wearing Demon Lord ring, which is anti-magic ring. That nullifies the magic effect, and reflects it back to the user who casts that magic. Then, they depart towards the city for registering at Adventures Guild as a summoner. Diablo started to think why he got summoned, but only thing he knows is that Shira had really huge melons. After reaching to border city Feltra, they got into small hotel, where they got only single room, which they had to share with each other and stay together for a night. Finally, my boy can enjoy his nighttime with two beauties. Before the night show began, they got disturbed by a mage named Celestine, who is ugly old lady, but she is also head of town's mage association. Diablo remembers Celestine was a character who maintains barrier to protect the town. She told them to come downstairs because she had some business with Rem. At downstairs, while enjoying food, Celestine asked Diablo to remove slave collar from Rem and Shira, but Diablo refused. Yeah, my ugly boy doesn't want to lose two beauties. Then, Diablo asked Celestine what business Mage Association had with them. She refused to tell it to Diablo, and asked Rem to return back to Magic Association, as Rem was very important for this world. But Rem refused to go with them. After Celestine moved out, Diablo asked Rem why such powerful individuals came to meet you, and asked about the secret, which she is hiding from him. Rem refused to tell, so Diablo grabbed Rem and took her to the room for punishment. In the room, Diablo decided to punish her until she revealed her secret. So, he started to punish her by playing with her hypersensitive furry ears. Firstly, Rem got scared, but later she started to enjoy. After some fun, Rem told that she was scared because, if she revealed her secret, he would leave her. Diablo told that he is the Demon Lord, and he won't leave her alone in any circumstances. Diablo kissed Rem's ear and assured that he will never leave her. Shira listened some weird noises from upstairs, but she ignored it and started focusing on the food in front of her. Yeah, boys and girls, she missed a great show. Rem got tears up and thanking Diablo for accepting her at any circumstances. Rem revealed secret that soul of Demon Lord Krebskulm is sealed within her. Diablo becomes surprised and remembered that Krebskulm was official most powerful boss in the game, as he was unofficial powerful boss, and his goal was to defeat Krebskulm when he was a player. Rem told Diablo that Celestine tried to extract Krebskulm's soul from her body, as if she dies Demon Lord Krebskulm will get released and can destroy a whole country. Diablo assured Rem that he will crush the Krebskulm's soul for her, but before it they will have to do research for extracting Krebskulm's soul from her body. Diablo leaves, while thinking that he was lonely like you in both real life and game world. He always played solo, after all he got chance to make a harem. But you won't get it, naughty kid. So, go and study hard. Suddenly, a few bunches of crooks from Mages Association disturbed Diablo's thoughts. Diablo tried to ignore them, but they begin to insult him. Diablo wants to leave, but one of them, named Guluk, stopped him by summoning level 30 Salamander and ordered him to beg for mercy, or else he will kill him. But Diablo refused. Guluk felt insulted, ordered Salamander to attack Diablo, and Salamander breathes flamethrower on Diablo. But surprisingly, it has no effect on Diablo as he was a demon lord. He also reveals that he was on level 150 and level 30 Salamanders is nothing but a child in front of him. While Salamander's still attacking on him, Diablo walks towards Salamander and uses explosion attack, which literally destroys every single piece of Salamander. Because of his insane power, all other run away. Next morning, Diablo wakes up and found both girls are sleeping beside him. He must have enjoyed the whole night. Later, they decided to register at Adventurers Guild as an adventure. After reaching at Adventurers Guild, Rem revealed that she is already registered. Shira filled up her registration form, but illiterate Diablo couldn't understand the language. So, illiterate ugly-looking Diablo requested Shira to fill the form for him. After that, Diablo and Shira went to mirror for measuring their level. When Shira touched the mirror, it showed level 30, whereas Rem is more stronger than her as she was on level 40. Later, when Diablo touched the mirror got out of control because of Diablo's ugly face. Guild Master of Faltra City named Sylvie appeared there after hearing loud noises. She invited Diablo and girls to her office and told Diablo that he is too ugly as Mirror also got out of control. After looking at him, although Diablo is more stronger than her, and even they don't know on which level Diablo is. However, it will be difficult for her to find a quest for someone ugly looking like him. Still, Diablo wanted to work with her, so Sylvie told them about quest to defeat Madara Uchiha, Madara Snake of Man-Eating Forests. Rem revealed that this quest was given by Mages Association as they wanted Snake's eyeball for their experiment. After traveling for 5 hours, they finally reached to Man-Eating Forests. While searching for Madara Snake in the forests, Shira noticed a bunch of elves were following them. Then she revealed their positions by pointing towards the trees. Diablo asked how she knew it. Shira replied, "Elves have a very great sense of humor, which Shira doesn't have." Diablo uses his Ember Rain spell to destroy all the trees, which forces the bunch of elves to reveal themselves. Bunch of idiots turns out to be Soldier of Greenwood Kingdom, revealed that they have come there to rescue Shira, as they think Diablo has made Shira his slave, which turns out Shira is Princess of Greenwood Kingdom, and she run away from home, because as per their tradition, she had to marry her brother-in-law in Sweet Home Greenwood. Elf soldiers ordered Diablo to free Shira from her slave collar, but Diablo explained, first, she isn't his slave. Second, she can do whatever she wanted to do. As Diablo is pro-feminist supporter, Shira refused to get back to her country, as she doesn't want to leave Diablo because she already got satisfied by Diablo's love. Elves got angry and their archers started attacking Diablo, but Diablo ignores them, like your crush do to you. Elves get shocked and felt insulted. Then, leader of those idiots come in front and uses Tempest Arrow. Tempest Arrow turned out to be a supreme arrow which can penetrate anything. He shoots arrow, but arrow fall down like your respect in front of your girl. Turn out, arrow failed to put even a single scratch on him. Diablo felt insulted and he decided to show them what his real demon lord power looks like. He used Frisia magic, which frees more than half of forests. Bunch of idiots got scared and got on their knees in front of Diablo. With it, a green hooded person got exposed, and it turned out to be Mages Association member Guluk, whose salamander got turned into ashes by Diablo. Guluk revealed that he puts request of this quest to ambush Diablo for taking revenge. Rem told Diablo that she will complain this about to Celestine, how Guluk set up trap for them. Diablo let Guluk run away and warned elves to get back to their kingdom. Then, Diablo and two beauties returned back to their room. At room, Shira asked Diablo does he like to eat cherry. Diablo said why not, and they enjoyed their nighttime. Next morning, they went for Adventurers Guild. At Adventurers Guild, Sylvie told them about another quest which was given by Mages Association. She told them to not worry about it, because this quest was given by Celestine. Shira told Diablo they don't have much money, so Diablo decided to accept the quest. But Rem refused to participate in this mission, because she doesn't want to owe any favor from Celestine. So Diablo told her to stay in the city and find another job before going for the quest. They meet a young adventurer named Emil, who is greatest warrior of guild with level 50. Emil was searching for an unfamiliar horned demon, which turned out to be Diablo. Emil thinks that Diablo imprisoned two beauties and he wanted Diablo to free them. And Emil challenged Diablo for a duel. Diablo agreed for duel and the fight begins. Emil took his sword out and rushes towards Diablo to attack. He swings his sword, but Diablo easily blocked him and pushed him back. Emil becomes surprised and repositioned himself for another attack. While Emil was preparing for another magic attack, suddenly Diablo attacks him and knocks him out. Emil got up and wanted to fight again, but both the beauties stopped him and explained him the whole matter. They were not imprisoned by Diablo, although they summoned Diablo for making him their slave, but ended up by becoming Diablo's slave. After knowing the truth, Emil apologizes to Diablo for his misunderstanding and leaves, left the city and went for Fortress, which protects Faltra City from monsters. After reaching the fortress, they delivered the refreshments as per their quest. At Fortress, Diablo feels something suspicious because all soldiers were on alert. He asked the soldier if something happened here. The soldier replied that huge army of hundreds of Fallen is heading towards the fortress. Diablo became surprised because Fallen was treated as a boss of monsters, but they never attack by forming a group. Diablo understands that the fortress will get easily wiped out, as those soldiers who are protecting fortress have low levels and weaker skills than Fallen's, so he decided to help them in protecting the fortress. Then Diablo takes his position on bridge and waits for Fallen's to arrive. Soldiers closed the fortress gates quickly. Fallen's arrived there, and first monster came up on the bridge and was about to attack, but Diablo uses his magic to destroy him and throw him away. All monsters move forward to attack Diablo, and back-to-back Diablos started to destroy them. After destroying most of them, their commander moves towards the bridge to attack Diablo, and she introduces herself as the strongest lancer of the Fallen named Edelgard. She took a position to attack and charge towards Diablo. At City, Celestine meets Rem and tells Rem that her life is in danger. She came there to protect her because Fallen are coming to kill her, so the Demon Lord Krebscombe can be released from the seal. Suddenly Gulluk arrived there and transformed into a Fallen. By his action everyone becomes surprised. Gulluk started to attack Celestine and Rem, but from the sky Emil takes entry and fight like a hero. He takes his position and strike towards Gulluk with sword smite attack, but Gulluk blocked it easily. Gulluk used dark bullet attack, and Emil gets deeply injured. At Fortress, a fight between Diablo and Edelgard is going on. Edelgard charged towards Diablo with her most powerful attack, and Diablo didn't even dodge it. He took 3 direct hits on him, but Edelgard failed to put single scratch on Diablo. She and the other Fallens were surprised. Diablo told her that she is just a worthless warrior because her most powerful attack was unable to injure him. The guard told Diablo that a messenger came from the city. Messenger told Diablo that Celestine and Rem was under attack by Fallen and they need reinforcement. Diablo understands that their plan was to distract all army towards Fortress and eliminate Celestine, so city protective barrier will falls down, and then they can destroy the city easily. Now, Diablo wanted to end the fight quickly, and he decided to end fight at once. So he started to prepare his most powerful magical attack, and before attacking he asked Eldengard to surrender and fall back, but she refused, so Diablo released his attack towards them. With his Demon Lord powers, he destroyed remaining Fallen's army with one single attack. At last only their commander, Eldengard, survived his attack, but she got badly injured. Diablo ignores Eldengard and get back to the fortress. He quickly grabs Shira and used teleportation magic to return back to the city. At City, Diablo spots many dead bodies of warriors and injured Emil, who is fighting against Fallen to protect Rem and Celestine. Diablo became enraged and used his magic attack, but Gulluk blocked it easily. After seeing Diablo, Rem and Celestine become surprised. Diablo walks towards Emil and told Emil to take rest, because now he is going to fight against that Fallen. Diablo gives Celestine healing potion and told her to use it on Emil. Diablo took position to fight, and the fight began. Fallen used Dark Bullet, but Diablo used his Reflect magic, which reflects back all Dark Bullet towards Fallen. After it, Diablo used Dark Bullet with his addition of some Demon Lord powers, which severely injured that Fallen. Fallen becomes surprised and asks Diablo, how can Diablo use Dark Bullet attack because only Fallen sorcerer are capable to use Dark Bullet attack. Diablo used Dark Press attack, which increased the gravity on him and pushed down him into ground. Fallen begged to Diablo for mercy, but Diablo refused to show any mercy. Then, Diablo uses sealing magic and seal Fallen into Dark World. Both beauties hugged Diablo and Diablo felt pleasure because of Shira's big cherries. Next morning, he wake up and finds Shira on him. Shira told him that she wanted to help him to perk up, but Rem come there and kick out Shira from Diablo. Sylvie arrived there and informed Diablo that Lord of Faltra City has received demands from Elves Kingdom. Their demand was to hand over Shira back to Elf Kingdom in 10 days. Otherwise, they will start war with humans. Sylvie tells them that Lord had requested her to resolve this issue quietly, and she wanted Diablo to accept the quest. But Diablo refused to hand over Shira to Elf Kingdom. Shira told him that she had another quest for Diablo, which is to stop war between humans and elves. Diablo accepted the quest for stopping war and decided to protect Shira. Also, Sylvie told them that Prince of the Elves Kingdom named Kira has put a huge bounty on Shira. Shira hugged Diablo and thanked him for protecting her. Sylvie took Diablo, Rem and Shira to the lord of this city, who is also hero of the city. Sylvie explained that 30 years ago, City Lord fought against Demon Lord's army and he defeated several fallen single-handedly. Sylvie warned Diablo that to be careful while talking with Lord, because he is insanely powerful man. She also told them that Lord is kind person but becomes scary sometimes. They arrived at a huge mansion, where they find Lord, who is waiting for them. Diablo seemed very scared by the lords. Sylvie greeted the lord and informed him that she bring Diablo, who is most powerful adventurer of city, and he also accepted the quest related to elves matter. Lord replied that then he should solve this matter as soon as possible and ordered Sylvie to report him after the quest is complete. Sylvie requested Lord to share more information about quest with them because quest level is pretty high. Lord replied in scary tone he already shared information which they wanted. However, Sylvie requested to introduce himself to others, but Lord become disappointed because they are most powerful adventurers, who even don't know name of their lord. So, he walked forward and introduced himself as Lieutenant General named Galford. Then, Rem and Shira also introduced themselves as adventurers to the lord, but both the girls are worried for Diablo because of his rude nature. On the other hand, Diablo was really scared and thought that introducing to Lord in humble way is more difficult than preventing a war. Diablo gathered some courage and introduced himself to Lord in a very human way, and become extremely happy as Diablo managed to introduce himself with his poor communication skills. Lord asked if Diablo is actually a demon lord from another world. Diablo activated his demon lord personality and replied that shall he reduce him into ash to prove himself as demon lord. Everyone becomes shocked, but the lord ignores him and thinks of him as an annoying teenager. He showed them a map and told them he got report of elves hiding near southeastern lake and in dense eastern forest, and their force is estimate of 100 soldiers. Diablo accepted the quest for stopping the war and decided to protect Shira. Sylvie also told them that Prince of the Elves Kingdom named Kira has put a huge bounty on Shira. Then Lord introduced them to Alicia, an Imperial Knight, and told them she was sent by Royal Majesty to help them in this matter. Alicia handed over Sylvie a sack of money, which was given by their Majesty as a compensation, because Sylvie lost many adventurers in the last incident. Then, Alicia moves towards Shira and asked her to be friends, because she wanted to support her. Later, all the girls become good friends and Alicia gained trust of everyone. After seeing them, Diablo becomes shocked because of their communication skills. Then, Alicia walks out to Diablo and thanked him for protecting City against Fallen's attack. Diablo tried to control his demon lord personality, but he harshly replied that if she doesn't want to die, then be careful while talking with him. Alicia apologized to him and said she will not repeat her mistake. However, Diablo becomes surprised because of Alicia's polite nature. They left Lord's mansion and departed to Weaponsmith to buy weapons for Diablo. Rem told Diablo this city can't offer him better weapon than his high-grade weapon. Diablo replied that the residents of this world are very low level compared to his power, and he don't want to kill his opponents accidentally in front of Imperial Knight. He wanted weak weapon to restrict his power and for going easy with them. So, from Weaponsmith shop they buy a badass looking weapon. Although, it was low-grade weapon, but it suited on his Demon Lord personality. Then, they went for buying potions, while Shira runs ahead in excitement. Suddenly, they got attacked by bounty hunters and they kidnapped Shira. Diablo moves ahead to rescue, but two bounty hunters jumped into his way and tried to block him. Diablo uses his new weapon and throws them into the wall. From behind, another hunter attacked Diablo with his axe, but Alicia saved him and blocked the hunter's way for reaching to Diablo. Diablo runs with his red lightning speed to rescue Shira, but Emil has already rescued her. Diablo and others thanked Emil for rescuing Shira and hand over other bounty hunters to him. Then, Emil leaves with all tied up bounty hunters. However, Diablo decided to postpone the Eastern Forest plan, and he will continue it from tomorrow. Next morning, Diablo and girls meet Celestine. She informs Diablo that yesterday a slave caravan arrived at city, and they set up a market in Central Plaza. Then she told Diablo to visit market, where probably they can get a way to remove slave collars because owner of slave market is master in enslavement collars. Alicia interrupted them by saying that their priority must be resolving the Greenwood Kingdom problem. Diablo agreed, but then he decided to go to slave market first, because it was easy to prevent war and defeat Elf's army at the forest. Then Diablo and all left for slave market. After reaching the slave market, they find a huge tent. He thought that he only seen a slave market in games and manga. Then they entered into tent and become surprised by seeing that slaves are living happy life, eating snacks and drinking tea. Owner of slave market named Meteos arrived there and welcomed them. Then she noticed Rem and Shira wearing slave collar. She asked Diablo if he wanted to sell those two lovely girls and take all the slaves here. Diablo replied that those two girls are not his slave. She apologized as she presumed that he came there to sell one off the two lovely girls. However, she changes the topic and starts to praise him about his tremendous flow of magic power and explained that no one can save the life of that person who makes you angry. Diablo becomes surprised and thinks Meteos can see the flow of his magic power. Then Alicia handed over the letter to Meteos, and after reading it, Meteos replied that even it was her first time dealing with reflected magic spell, but she will try to help them as they were sent by Celestine. Then she looked at Rem and told her that she also possesses an interesting flow of magic. She explained that the magic flow coming out from Rem is very sinister energy, and asked her if she was pregnant by Diablo. Shira, Alicia and Rem started to panic. Shira asked Rem that if Diablo had done something with her at that night. Rem disagreed and told them they didn't done anything. Diablo stopped them and asked Meteos how to remove these collars. Rem told them that she is not feeling good. She wants to go outside. However, Rem asked Shira that even she can also see the evil magic power coming out from her. Shira replied that yes, she can see, and that's why she thought that Rem is really strong adventurer. Then Rem left the tent with Alicia. Inside the tent, Meteos told Diablo that if he wanted to release slave collar from her, he had to find magic flow of Shira. Then Meteos teaches him how to find magic flow. She explained that Diablo had to touch her and feel the flow of magic. Diablo started the process and tried to feel the flow of Shira's magic, but with time it gets complex to feel the flow of magic. He tried and failed. However, Diablo decided to do it later. After returning back, Diablo seems very tired and told everyone that he manages to see the flow of magic. But at the end, he got into trouble because the magic flow seemed very complex, and whereas he couldn't find a way to deal with it. On the other hand, Shira looks energized. Rem told everyone that she is very tired and wants to sleep a bit early. Then she asked Alicia that where she is planning to sleep. Alicia replied that she had rented another room beside their room. Before Alicia leaves the room, suddenly everyone listens a flute sound. However, Shira stood up and seemed scared. Someone opened the room door, and an elf entered the room. The elf introduced himself as Shira's older brother and first prince of the Greenwood Kingdom named Kira. Shira started shaking to see her brother, and everyone became shocked. Kira told Shira to come back home, but Diablo appeared in front of him and asked in anger whether he had put a bounty on Shira. Kira agreed to Diablo and told Diablo that he knew everything about him, because he was that person who had defeated and captured those bounty hunters. Diablo replied that he will not let such weakling to kidnap Shira. Kira thanked Diablo for protecting her little sister and apologized to them for creating such problems. Alicia came forward and asked him about when the war is going to start if they weren't hand over Shira. Kira replied that he don't have any intention to start a war, but his father is just concerned about Shira's well-being. He apologizes to Diablo and his party on behalf of his father's inappropriate decisions. Suddenly, Shira told everyone that his brother is acting weird. Kira explained that he was just trying a different approach because of the failure of forceful measures, and revealed that he was prioritizing his country than her feelings. However, he requested Shira for forgiving him and asked her to return back to home. But Rem interrupted by saying that Shira had her own will to make decisions, whether she wanted to stay or return back to home. Kira agreed and gave Shira time to make decision, and leaves by saying that he will return back by tomorrow to no final decision of Shira. At night, Shira seems unable to sleep. Rem wakes up and they have some little bit of a talk. Shira told Rem that she wanted to open a cafe, in which she will appoint Diablo as bodyguard and Rem as waiter. Thank you so much for watching our video till end. If you enjoyed our content and desire more videos on similar anime, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.